On July 18th, 2019, a 35-year-old man named Sun was doing a live stream out of his apartment in the city of Hefei, which is in China. He was a pretty popular live streamer. He had 15,000 followers, and the way he would get these followers is he had this wheel that had segments on it set up in his living room, and he would spin this wheel, and in each section there was something edible. So whatever it would land on, he would eat or drink. Now, most of the items were pretty simple, like different types of alcohol or things like eggs or vinegar, but some of the things were a little bit more crazy, like live bugs or even live small animals like geckos. So on this evening, it was sometime after 8 p.m. He's been going for a little while. He's had quite a bit to drink at this point, and you can tell he's intoxicated when he spins the wheel for the final time and it lands on a new item he has just acquired, which is a centipede. So the type of centipede specifically is unknown. However, it was probably a Chinese red-headed centipede, which are about 5 to 8 inches long, typically as adults. So he goes to eat this centipede, but with all the small animals and bugs that he eats, he doesn't chew them. He always attempts to swallow them whole. And that's what he does with this centipede. So he dangles it up above and drops it down into his throat and goes to swallow it when all of a sudden he's clutching at his throat, freaking out. Now, swallowing a centipede is a really bad idea for several reasons. One of which is because this type of centipede have 42 to 46 legs that are pretty sharp that they use to crawl up and cling on to things. The back two legs have these spurs on them that they use for defense that they can jab you with. And just behind their mouths, they have these two huge fang-like structures called forcipules. And what they use those for is to stab into their prey or any animal that's attacking them. And they inject venom with those. Yes, they're venomous. Now, I don't know if Sun knew this or not, but whether he did or didn't, I mean, he really went for it. But obviously, we can't see in his throat, but we know from the investigation and from this video, seeing his reaction, we know what happened. The centipede got in his throat. It got lodged in there. It was clawing at the inside of his throat, presumably trying to crawl out with all those nasty little legs, probably stabbing him with the back legs. And we know for a fact it was definitely stabbing the inside of his throat with its forcipules, injecting a bunch of venom into him. Eventually, his airway just swelled up and he would collapse in front of all these people, presumably thousands of people watching. Amazingly and somewhat sadly, nobody alerted authorities. They let the live stream go for 2 days until his girlfriend showed up and found him dead on his living room floor.